Does anybody know what libertarian means? Well, you're going to find out because that's what I'm running in 22. I'm registering to vote as a libertarian. The judge, federal court judge, has just ruled for 22 that libertarians back on the ballot. And so if you don't know what it means, please pay attention. From French liberté, libertarian, from Latin libertas, freedom, is a political philosophy that upholds liberty as a core principle. We're not Republicans, and we're not Democrats. This article is about the type of libertarian supporting capitalism and private ownership of natural resources, meaning that instead of us paying Cumberland Farms and Walmart for our product, we can have our own product, and we should be having our own product. Like all these lands that are desolate and now being filled with solar panel. Do you understand that solar it attracts the sun, and solar is black panel, which is really going to attract the sun, and Earth is already heating up. The grass is already brown in the summertime because it's burning. So all these engineers, college educated engineers, I call them idiots, that have decided to go governmental and ruin Mother Nature, well, it's no wonder we're having all these storms, you see. The storm effect has effect on everything, right? Except for the seeds that were already planted, because Mother Nature is always going to prevail. She's God. So with that being said, all this empty land, nobody should be homeless. Everybody should be on that land. Go build yourself a home. Utilize the land. This is a free country. This is the land of the free. So why is it that the state and the government have taken our land from us and left all this homeless crisis going on? Right? Libertarian isn't about that. We want everybody to have equal rights to housing and everything that is granted to us in this free country. The land of the free, but you have to work for it. Nothing is really free as in, financially free. There's a price to pay. But, again, it doesn't have to be extorted. And it doesn't have to be hidden through the non-transparency. Because everything's supposed to be transparent. And transparent means that we all know what's going on. We, the people, make up the United States. So why are we, the people, being denied our rights? The state continuously, and the county and the towns, continuously changing the laws and the rules and the regulations. And do you know about everything that they change? I certainly don't. I don't have time for that. Because what is apparent to us is only the big picture, but we're not seeing behind the scenes. So with that being said, libertarian, it's time. There's more people out here than Donald Trump and Joe Biden. There's more people out here than Aaron Frey and TJ Donovan, Bernie Sanders, and all of these representatives, Janet Mills. And then we go down the line to the bottom of the rope to the little town peon officials, employees, police, and everybody that works for the courts, okay? Because they're all what? Violating your rights. Even paid attorneys. When you pay an attorney, he's violating somebody's rights because he's going to go against the person that you've got an issue with, and he's going to lie about them for you to win. That's mostly males, okay? Just saying. And that's a proven fact. And I'm not going to keep on telling you everything's a proven fact because I don't speak unless I know it's true. So, libertarians are, representing the conservative wing, meaning we want what's right. We were granted the land. We need to take care of the land. Why keep on destroying the land and building these financial gaining franchise and corporates when, first of all, we need to be able to produce. And in order to be able to thrive, we need to be able to have proper nutrients, proper rest, and our right to privacy, as well as our religion. That's being stripped. It's been stripped. We're not being able to utilize it. For instance, I'm a Quaker. Why don't I have a place to practice my religion outside of my place? In North Anson, that's where I had to practice it, was in my home until they burned it down. That's a hate crime. That's being all brought up. It was a hate crime when they did that to me in Guilford at the mansion. It was a hate crime when they did that to me in Island Pond, Vermont. Not only in 2007, but again in 2021. And again in 2019. And again in 2017. How many times should I be taken from? My homes have been taken. All of my personal belongings have been taken. I've been violated time and time again. Y'all don't know about it, do you? Because I don't talk about it? Well, now you're going to know about it, because I'm going to bring it forward. Because why? I have all reason to believe that I just may be running for state representative 22 in our district. And I don't care who likes it and who doesn't. But you got a problem with me? You come to me and tell me what that problem is. But if you got a problem that you need me to help you solve it, come to me. I'm not going to go to you and ask you. I'm going to come to you and introduce myself to you if you don't already know me. The ones that do know me, that are afraid of me, they keep running from me. They're hiding behind the scenes, and that's what I tell you about the little things behind the scenes. I got a lot of haters out here in public. All these bigwigs that run, the Somerset County and excuse me, the towns and the state, okay? They don't like me. I don't give a rat's ass. The only reason why you don't like me is because I tell the truth. You can't take the truth away from me. You can't take my honesty. You can't take my integrity. No matter what you do to me, I'm going to keep on telling the truth. And the truth is that my home was known to be a Quaker meeting place for ladies only. And the truth is that I was violated by Somerset County Sheriff's Department, Town of Anson, and their employees, as well as state and government agencies. So therefore, when, YouTube deleted my account, it wasn't because I did anything wrong. It's because why? Because I tell you the truth. And I always hold on to that truth, no matter if it's in paperwork, audio recording, or in memory. I'm going to tell that truth. Whether you like it, you don't like it, I don't give a rat's ass. It's the way it is. So with that being said, in contrast to social liberalism, the right liberalism supports free market capitalism. Just spoke about it. Like most forms of liberalism, it supports civil liberties, especially natural law, negative rights, and a major reversal of the modern welfare state. Right libertarian political thought is characterized by the strict priority given to liberty, with the need to maximize the realm of individual freedom and minimize the scope of public authority. The right libertarians typically see the state as the principal threat to liberty. And they are. I just told you. They violate us all the time. Okay? And that's a principal threat. The anti-statism differs from anarchist doctrines in that it is based upon an uncompromising individualism that places little or no emphasis on human sociability or cooperation. Meaning, they don't want us to be self-employed. They don't want us to be productive in any way. They want us under their socialism plan of being on state aid or government funded. Okay? Which would be disability. All right? So, the right to libertarian philosophy is also rooted in the ideas of individual rights and economics, yeah. The right libertarian theory of individual rights generally follows the homestead principle and the labor theory of property, like I just said, being able to produce for yourself, stressing self-ownership in that people have an absolute right to the property that their labor produces. I had it set, for example, my uncle and I had an agreement, and it was witnessed by Somerset County Sheriff's Department, and the town office knew about it. Everybody in Somerset County and the state of Maine, outside too. knew that there was an agreement. And then they all of a sudden arrested my uncle. And then all of a sudden, they condemned my home when my daughter goes missing. And I went out on an adventure to find my daughter. And when they found out that I was coming home, they took my chickens, condemned the home, and burned it. Okay? So that was just recently, by the way. That was over Christmas of 21. All right? Just a couple weeks before. Economically, right libertarians make so the attempts and the redistribute wealth as invariably unnecessary and counterproductive. Okay? So that means the government intervention, meaning that they would no longer be able to tell us what we can and cannot grow on our own land, what we can and can't consume. Okay? It's our given right to have our own product. It's our given right to live where we want to. Who are they to tell us what we can and can't do? That's what y'all need to realize. We have rights, and they're being distorted. They're being extinguished because you all don't know what your rights are. Pay attention. Although all right libertarians oppose government intervention, there is a division between anarcho-capitalists who view the state as an unnecessary evil and want property rights protected without statutory law through market-generated tort, contract, and property law, and minarchists who support the need for minimal state, often referred to as a night watchman state, to provide its citizens with courts, military, and police. In short, a police officer. You see, police officer is what? Bullying and harassing. If we had a peace officer, P-E-A-C-E officer, protect and serve. What can I do to help you? Not bang, 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 bang. Police, we're here to arrest you. We're here to violate you. We don't care what the truth is. We're going to make it horrible. That's what they do. So, with that being said, it'd be a good idea to have peace, wouldn't it? Be able to sleep at night, knowing that you're not opening up your curtain and you got people coming in the parking lot from a motel because the state and the government have frivolously stolen your home. And now you have no housing available, so you have to go stay in a motel. Excuse me, a violation of my rights. I shouldn't have to open up my curtain when I want to see natural beauty and light and see people fucking staring in my window. It's a violation of my rights and I don't appreciate it. I have a right to privacy and I'm going to utilize my rights, whether anybody likes it or not. There are significant differences. Okay, in the United States, the term libertarianism is sometimes also used for us by classical liberals, but this erroneously masks the differences between them. Okay, classical liberalism refuses to give priority to liberty over order and therefore does not exhibit the hostility to the state, which is the defining feature of libertarianism. Okay, as such, right. So, with all of this being said, there since the late 20th century, while historically and elsewhere, it continues to be widely used to refer to anti-state forms of socialism such as anarchism. Okay. They popularized the term of libertarian in the United States during the 60s. Anarcho-capitalist movements started calling themselves libertarian, leading to the rise of the term right libertarian to distinguish them. A guy named Rothbard himself acknowledged the co-opting of the term, and he boasted of its capture. From the enemy, criticism of right libertarianism includes ethical, economical, environmental, pragmatic, and philosophical concerns. Okay? including the view that it has no explicit theory of liberty. It has been argued many times over that the capitalism does not necessarily produce the best of most efficient outcome. And I think we have proven that, because now we have a lack of housing, a lack of food, a lack of resources altogether. And most importantly, the lack of religion. So I just want to let you know that, again, is just a basic rundown on what libertarians. We don't need to be voting for somebody that already failed, which was Trump, and we don't need to be voting again for Biden, because he's also obviously not doing what's in best interest of the country. And I also don't believe that these males out here should be taking up the jobs of what were made and intended for the women. Okay, so knowing that we are physically built differently, males and females, I believe that it's time that these males that want to be females and vice versa do the jobs that our bodies were physically intended for. None of us were physically or mentally, neurologically built for computers. That's what's destroying our country and violating our rights.